My neighbor's Chihuahua keeps attacking me, so I taught him a lesson. The first time my neighbor's dog bit me, I didn't report it. And that turned out to be my biggest mistake. I live in a small apartment building with a shared courtyard. My neighbor has a demon Chihuahua that he never leashes. The dog is always barking, lunging, snapping. Everyone in the building knows it, but no one wants to be that person who complains. The first incident happened in the hallway. The dog slipped past him and nipped my leg. It broke skin, but not badly. The neighbor laughed it off and said the dog was just startled. I believed him. The second time, the dog ran up to me, catching me off guard, which made me trip and fall over in the courtyard. While I was on the ground, it bit my arm. That time I needed stitches. When I confronted the neighbor, he blamed me for walking too close and told me his dog had never hurt anyone before. I finally reported it to management, but they didn't do anything because there was no proof that a dog that small could attack and injure me, even though I clearly had bite marks. I requested security footage, but they said none of the cameras worked. As if that wasn't enough. The neighbor started telling people I was lying. He said I got bitten because I kicked and antagonized his dog and claimed I was trying to get his dog taken away out of spite. Since I'm a grown man, no one believed that a tiny dog was the problem. At this point, I should have reported to the police and animal control, but I was afraid no one would believe me. The apartment was dirt cheap, and I was renting on a month-by-month basis. I felt so hurt and unheard, but couldn't afford to move at this time. I didn't want to accidentally hurt the dog, so I tried to avoid them as much as possible. But one evening, the dog got loose again and charged at me in the parking lot. Luckily, I jumped back into my car. I clearly saw the owner laughing. It was obvious he did this on purpose. From that moment, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I called up my mom and asked to borrow her dog, Bambi. Bambi is a Rottweiler and has been with my mom for 7 years. She is a sweetheart who has never hurt anyone but is very intimidating to look at. I started taking Bambi with me on my mail runs and whenever I was around the apartment. One day, my neighbor's Chihuahua ran up to me again, barking and snapping. This time, Bambi stepped in front of me instinctively and growled. My neighbor lost it. He rushed quickly to drag his dog away and started screaming that my dog was dangerous, that it was attacking his, that I had trained it to be violent. Other residents came out to see what was happening. His unleashed dog was clearly the aggressor, not Bambi. Someone started recording. This was the same man who had refused, repeatedly, to leash his own dog. He went straight to management. An email went out reminding residents about leash rules in common areas. For the first time since I'd lived there, the rule suddenly mattered. Bambi was already leashed every time we stepped outside, so nothing changed on our end. His dog, on the other hand, was still running loose. When management pointed that out, he lost it. He started insisting that if his dog had to be leashed, then mine should be too. When they told him it already was, he accused me of trying to intimidate him by bringing in a guard dog. He claimed I'd done it on purpose to scare him and provoke his dog. The irony was impossible to miss. A few days later, Bambi and I met him in the mailroom. His Chihuahua again was unleashed and ran up to Bambi this time, barking and growling. I told him, since he couldn't control his dog, I would unleash Bambi and let nature take its course. Of course, Bambi would never hurt another animal, but I pretended it would. He said everything would be caught on camera and he would report me. I whispered, the cameras don't work, remember? After that day, he never let his little demon Chihuahua loose again.